Hello YouTube, this is jishrm back again with another deck tech. This week I will be covering my elf deck. I made a decision. I'm going to continue on with these series of videos. I'm going to attempt to do one every Tuesday is when I'm going to publish them. So if you're interested in keep following all the decks I make and I have made, subscribe and look forward to Tuesdays. Once I go through all my decks, I'm probably going to start doing videos of me playing against people, either Friday Night Magics or just play testing with friends of that sort, or even playing games with my girlfriend. So yeah, just subscribe and look forward to those on every Tuesday. Hope you guys enjoy them. So as I said, elf deck this week. I like these covers for it. It's kind of like a little elf there. I run 20 forests in this deck. A lot of my decks are around 20. That's because I play a lot of green, so a lot of my stuff is mana producing, so I don't need the full 24-ish. Let's see, starting off, we have 4 Llanowar Elves, basic of any green deck. Then we have 4 Draga Tree Speakers, 1 mana for a level up card. Level 1 through 4, it's a 1/2, and you can tap it for 2 mana. Once you get to level 5, all your elves can tap for 2 mana, as long as she's on the field. So that's a great way to accelerate your mana. 2 Copperhorn Elves, 1 mana for a 1/1. When you attack with her, untap all the other elves. So you use your elves for producing mana, attack, and produce something else at the end of your turn. Next we have 4 Draga Warcallers, 1 mana for a 1/1 with a multi-kicker of a colorless and a green. And the amount of times that you kick it is how many +1/+1 counters Draga Warcaller gets, and then any +1 counters you put on Draga Warcaller, you put on any other elf onto the battlefield. So that is, at the end game when you have so much mana, you just pump him up, pump all your elves up, and then swing for the win. 2 Savannah Rangers, just for fetching that land out of your deck if you're a little mana, having some mana issues. 4 Nisa's Chosen. I used to run 3. You'll see why in a little bit, but 4 is working a little bit better. It's great. It's a great turn 2 drop. It's a 2/3 for 2 mana. So I mean, that's amazing. Great defenders. Gives you time to prepare your elf army. 2 Fauna Shamans, 2 mana for a 2/2. You pay green, discard a card from your hand, and search your card for another creature card. So you can bring out that Draga Warcaller that you unfortunately do not have in your hand. Or, better yet, pull out this bad boy, the Elvish Archdruid. You need, if you're making an elf deck, you have to have Elvish. This is what makes elf decks. Gives all your other elves +1/+1, and you can tap him for 1 color or for 1 green mana for each elf you have on the field. So if you have 5 elves, you tap him for 5 mana, and all your other elves are +1/+1. Fortunately, he does not give himself +1/+1, but hey, if you have 2 on the field, they buff each other. Problem solved. Next, 2 legendary creatures, the Zuri Renegade Leader. What was it? 3 mana, 2 forests, and a colorless. You can, when he's out in the field, you can pay 1 and regenerate another elf creature, or you can pay 2 and 3 forests, and all the other elf creatures you control get +3/+3 and trample till end of turn. So there's a win condition for you. I have 4 Planeswalkers in this deck. 2 Garruk Wild Speakers, one of the I don't know. I enjoy the new Garruk too. I have him in my other green deck that you've seen, but this guy, he was amazing. I kind of wish he was still standard. I mean, so you could play either one. This guy's definitely better for this deck though. The new Garruk's not nearly as good for this deck. Using him to untap your lands. His +1 is untap 2 target lands. His -1, put a 3/3 beast token onto the field. It's alright. But then, and his -4 is creatures you control get +3/+3 and trample to end of turn. Mainly he's used for the +1 though, just to have an extra 2 land every single turn. And he's a 4-drop, 2 colors and 2 forests. The other 2 I have are 2 Planeswalker. Nisa Ravana, amazing card for an elf deck. Some people, like I've heard people say, she's not good, but I mean, I find her freaking amazing. You get her on the field, and you have like basically a countdown till you win. Like her ultimate is -7. She starts off with 2, but her ultimate is -7. So it takes a little bit because she's only got +1s. But if you can get there, you win. -7. Search your library for any number of elf creature cards and put them onto the battlefield. Then shuffle your library. So every single elf creature in your deck, which is consistent a majority of your deck, comes from the field. I mean, how do you not lose? You can't. You have to win this. Like, that's guaranteed. Unless a day of judgment ruins your day. But we're not going to talk about that. So +1 is get a Nisa's Chosen, the 2-drop, the 2/3 from your deck and put it on the battlefield. Or other +1 is gain 2 life for each elf creature on the battlefield. So I mean, that's a crap ton of health for you each turn. So she's amazing. Then into the spells, I had run 3 Genesis waves. I used to run 4, but I figured it's not worth having 4 in there. You're just gonna draw them and then you're not gonna be able to play them because it's 3 mana and X, and if you get too many of them early game, you're gonna be like do like 2 cards, and that's not really worth it. So I took the 1 out and I added that 4th Nisa's Chosen in here. Figured that was better to have. Oh, but pay 3 in X. Reveal the top X cards from your library. You can put any number of permanent cards with converted mana cost of X or less from among them into the battlefield. The rest goes to your graveyard. So you pay 3 and 5, total of 8 mana. You draw 5 cards. Any creature with mana cost 5 or less goes onto the battlefield for free. I mean, that's amazing because all your elves are 5 or less. So, yeah. Run 2 Asceticisms. 5 mana. 2 creatures cannot be targeted by spells or abilities, and then you can regenerate a creature in case it dies from combat. So, protect all your little elves from burn spells and stuff like that. And then the GG card, Eldrazi, 3 Eldrazi Monuments. All your creatures get +1/+1 flying and are indestructible. Play that artifact and good game, usually. So, on the downside on it though is you have to sacrifice a creature at the beginning of your next upkeep, otherwise you have to sacrifice this. But great part about it, combination wise, Nisa's Riverin, Vonnen. You play her, summon a Nisa's Chosen, Eldrazi Monument, and in turn sacrifice Nisa's Chosen. It goes to the graveyard. Nisa's Chosen, when it goes from the battlefield to the graveyard, goes to the bottom of your library. Next turn, you sacrifice it, you bring it right back at the same turn with Nisa's Chosen, or Nisa's Revenue. So, it's freaking amazing. Great combo. Eventually, you get her ultimate off to doing this. You just keep blocking, bringing them back. Yeah. So, I love my elf deck. It's a great deck. Have a lot of fun with it. Love just overrunning people with it. With like a butt ton of elves or 30 elves because you can pump them up and stuff with the, direct Warcaller. So, yeah, it's awesome. Next week I will be hopefully doing my new mono black legacy deck. I'm just waiting for some cards in the mail. Hopefully I'll have them by next week. If not, I will do it the week after, and in which case I will be doing, I don't know, one of my other decks, or maybe I'll just skip it and I'll do some little match or something. Show you guys some gameplay of me and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching. Why don't you subscribe if you enjoy my videos and want to see more of my decks. Leave a comment if you think I should change something of any of my decks, or if type of deck you'd like to see if I can put that together for you, or any general comments or questions concerning anything in Magic. So thanks again.